Well, let's get more on all this from Gaza resident Afaf Al-Najjar, who's live for us from inside Gaza. Afaf, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, none of us know what it's like for the people of Gaza at the moment. No one can understand the experience that you're going through. Perhaps I should ask you then, can you tell us how your life has changed in the last 6 weeks?
Thank you for having me. It is obviously extremely hard for people who are not in the Gaza Strip and who've not experienced what an aggression is like to understand anything that I'm going to be saying. And no matter how much vocabulary I have, no matter how many words I have, I can never begin to explain how horrifying and devastating the situation has been for the past month. It has been extremely ugly. Everything that we're witnessing, everything that we're living, the continuous bombing, the resources that we don't have anymore, the water, the electricity, the food, and now with winter coming as well, the situation is only worsening, and the Gaza Strip has reached a very critical point. Um, Obviously, as I told you, the situation for everyone in the Gaza Strip, even the ones who consider themselves people who come from fortunate families, aren't able to do anything anymore because they've been displaced from their homes. They had to evacuate to a place that they never knew, and no one's able to get anything, no food, no water, no electricity, even those who have money, because at this moment, money doesn't mean anything in the Gaza Strip. So the situation has been horrific. I had to evacuate and leave my house and the places I've been more than 3 times before I was able to get to the south. And the journey of moving from Gaza City to the south itself was extremely devastating and terrifying as well. And although the Israeli occupation is claiming that the south is a safe space or a safe zone, it's definitely not. I've lost more than 6 members of my family in attacks that were on the south of the Gaza Strip. So this is a little bit about how it was in the past few weeks.
So presumably nobody goes to work anymore. People don't go around doing the normal things they used to do. It's just a matter of making sure that you have some food if you can find it, and clean water if you can find it, and shelter.
Definitely. No more schools, no more work. I personally lost my job because of this aggression on the Gaza Strip, and because of how long it has been going on for. No one goes to school, no one goes to work. The maximum a person would do on a daily basis is be able to secure food and water for the family, which doesn't always happen. It's not a choice that people have in the Gaza Strip right now. I personally haven't left the house in about 3 weeks now. I haven't seen the streets in about 3 weeks now. So yeah, definitely everything has stopped in the Gaza Strip.
How do you see this ending? What do you hope will happen to make all this stop? Do you have a vision of how it might stop, or are you just waiting, hoping that someone else will make it stop?
Honestly, I'm not sure how to answer that question. I've been a Palestinian activist for as long as I can remember, because Palestine is my country and it's my cause. And I've always been telling people, to go on protests, to boycott, to talk about what's happening on social media, to not lose momentum, to keep their faith. But is this what's going to change what's happening? Is this the thing that's going to stop the aggression? I don't know. For me personally, I think that although a ceasefire is not how things should end, although a ceasefire is not, the magic solution of the situation in the Gaza Strip, I think it's extremely needed at this point specifically, because we've reached a point where if people don't die because of the bombing and the white phosphorus and everything that's happening, they're going to be dead because of the hunger, because of dehydration, because of the cold and the winter and the raining. Most people in the south area right now are homeless. They don't have homes. They're staying in schools, or they're staying in the yards of hospitals. And I can only imagine what they're feeling. I'm staying in my house. I have a roof on top of my head, and I'm talking to you shivering because of how cold it is, because I didn't have the time to take any clothes when I was moving from Gaza City to the south. And I honestly, I thought it's going to be a few days and this aggression is going to be over. I didn't know that it would take this long. So for me personally, I don't know what it's going to look like or how this is going to end. But what I know for a fact is that people in the Gaza Strip need a ceasefire immediately, as soon as possible.
Afaf Al-Najjar, we wish you well and we wish your family well, and we thank you for joining us this evening here on TRT World.